In today's episode of the Fit Girl Era series, we're going over tips and tricks on how to crush your goals in 2024. Did you know that 80% of New Year's resolutions fail? That's a huge percentage of people, and I don't want you to be a part of that. So I'm going to share with you some simple things that you can start doing today to help you get one step closer to your goal.
It's game time and I'm up one. Name something I ain't done. Name a body that's my type. Air Jordan, I'll take flight. I'm next level, I'm franchise.
To our winner, Julia Renee.
So you want to achieve your goals in 2024? I got you covered. So I want to ask you this. When you make a promise to yourself and you say that you're going to do something, whether it's go to the gym, eat healthier, wake up on time, and you don't do it, how do you feel? You don't feel good, right? You feel maybe guilt, maybe a little bit of shame, maybe even regret that you didn't do the thing that you said you were going to do. And then what happens? You start to lose trust in yourself. You start to lose confidence in yourself. You start to not believe in your ability to do the things that you need to do to achieve your goal. So one of the answers is simple. Keep the promises that you make to yourself, right? This is one of the number one reasons why people completely abandon their goals by February. And I don't want that to happen to you. So today we're really gonna go over all of the habits that I have started to adopt that have led me to achieving my goal. When we think about goals, sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming, especially if your goal is really big. But if we break it down and you take your overarching goal that might seem pretty big and a little bit scary at times, and we divide it up into little things that we can do each day in order to inch our way closer to it. So for me, my big goal this year is to qualify for the Olympia. So sometimes when I'm sitting there and I'm thinking about that, it can be really scary. Like, I have to go from point A to point Z, but when I break it down into little habits that I do each day, like hitting my macros, making sure I'm doing my cardio, making sure I'm doing my supplementation, doing my morning routine so that my mindset is on point when I start the day, it starts to seem a little bit less scary. So let's get into some of the habits that I have adopted, and maybe you want to take them on too, maybe not, that helped me achieve my goals. One simple thing you can do right now is set out your clothes the night before or pack your gym bag to take with you to work. This acts as a trigger that reminds you of the promise that you made to yourself. Plus, you save time on deciding what to wear. Another thing I know I'm guilty of is snoozing my alarm. Studies have shown that snoozing your alarm actually makes it harder for you to get up in the morning. So if you're currently in the habit of snoozing, try putting your phone across the room so that you're forced to get up and turn the alarm off. Another thing I've been doing lately is before I go to sleep, I say to myself, I will wake up at X time. And it's actually helped me wake up and not hit snooze. The next habit is not checking your phone for the first hour you wake up. Right now, 89% of the population checks their phone within the first 10 minutes of waking up. So instead of starting the day on your terms, we're now immersed in emails, text messages, and social media, basically what the world wants of us. This can stimulate anxiety, decrease productivity, and distract us from what we actually want from our day. Tip number 4 is start drinking water early. One of the biggest things that people struggle with is getting enough water in. So what I want you to do is, just like your phone is attached to your hip at all times, I want your water bottle to be the same. Like wherever you go, your water bottle goes. You go upstairs, you bring your water bottle. You go downstairs, you bring your water bottle. You go to the bathroom, you bring your water. That might be too much. You get what I'm saying. You go to the gym, you bring your water bottle. Just like your phone is attached to you, have your water attached to you. So before I started my fitness journey, I'm gonna be completely honest, there was days that I wouldn't drink any like actual water. It was like coffee, more coffee, and more coffee. I hated drinking water because it tasted so gross. And I was like, this isn't fun. So I found ways to make drinking water more fun. One of mine is having a hydration packet first thing in the morning when I wake up. I like to make sure that I have one of these in the morning, and then I also like to have one when I'm going to train so that I can hydrate myself at a quicker rate, and it tastes so good and it's more fun. I have talked y'all's ear off about these LMNT hydration packets. 100 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, 60 milligrams of magnesium, and this one's the raspberry salt. Fire! One thing that I've also been doing is, since I don't have a hydration packet in every single glass of water that I have, I've also been adding some lemon and some cucumber, and I just make sure that I have it already prepped and ready to go so that whenever I alternate between doing these, that it's good and I have no excuse not to drink water. I mean, this isn't just for the girlies, but if you want to have like brighter, more plump and healthier skin, water. Like seriously, it's one of the simplest ways that we can really improve our skin, our energy. I used to get tons of migraines, and I actually would get car sick like religiously. And once I started drinking enough water, then I don't get car sick anymore. Like, it's actually kind of crazy. And it was mainly because I was always dehydrated and I got a lot of headaches. So if the hydration packets help you, go for it. Tip number 5 is some form of visualizing your goals. Whether you're sitting there and you're actually physically visualizing yourself achieving that goal, like what would it feel like, what does it look like, or if you're writing it down. So some tips for if you visualize your goal is to sit in like a quiet space. I do this every single morning, and I actually did this when I was going for my pro card. And every single morning I would visualize exactly what it would feel like, what it would look like, what I saw, what my physique would look like, and the emotions that all came with that of getting my pro card. And when I did that, I also felt an immense amount of gratitude that it was already mine. So a lot of times I feel like when we're setting goals, it's a lot of like wanting, and the way that our verbiage is around it is like, maybe I want to do this, I would like to have this. I encourage you to start changing the way that you speak about your goals. Instead of like maybe, sort of, kind of, adopting words like I am confident, I have XYZ are so strong and so powerful, and what we say and what we think and what we write start coming into our reality. So really start to audit what your thoughts are around your goals, because we can't trick our minds. You know, if we're not actually believing the things that we're saying, if we're like, I am confident, and in your mind you're like, nah girl, you're not. That's, it's not gonna work that well. So if you're someone that wants to do like more visualization and sitting there and you don't really like journaling, really sitting there and getting the clearest image of what it feels like to achieve your goal. So for example, if your goal is to lose 20 pounds by March of 2024, I want you to sit there and imagine like, how would it feel? How would your physique look? How would you go out into the world? Like, get the clearest picture that you can. And of course, something like this takes practice. But if you're someone that also make sure you feel gratitude for having the physique that you work so hard for. And if you're someone that's writing your goals down, writing them in like very strong and powerful words like, I am confident. For me, it's, I have qualified for the 2024 Olympia, not I want to qualify for the 2024 Olympia, possibly. Because when you start your day doing this, it is at the forefront of your mind with everything that you do. So now when you're going out into your day, this is the first thing that's on your mind. So when you're trying to make decisions on, you know, what you're gonna eat, or if you're going to wake up on time, or if you're gonna go to your workout, your goal is the first thing that's on your mind.
The next habit is to get your body moving. I know it sounds like a simple one, but find a form of movement that you love and enjoy doing. This helps improve your mood, it gives you more energy, increases focus, and one thing that I found is when I'm getting my body moving, I'm more inclined to continue making healthy choices for myself for the rest of the day.
The next tip that you need to know is to eat a well-balanced breakfast. I know, it sounds simple, but it's so true, because just like starting your day off, going over your goals and having them at the forefront of your mind, having your day start off the way that you want the rest of the day to go is so important. So if your goal is to eat healthier, make better choices, and maybe have a less processed food, starting your day doing that sets you up for success for the rest of the day. So what I mean by a well-balanced breakfast is a breakfast that has carbs, it has proteins, it has fats. You know, on this channel, we do not discriminate against food groups. We eat all the food groups. And I know there's some people that don't like to eat all the food groups, but for me personally, what I have found is when I do cut out certain food groups and say, you can't have sugar, you can't have carbs, you can't have fats, or whatever it's gonna be, we're human. You tell me not to do something, I'm gonna wanna do it 2 times. So for me, starting my day off having something that is satiating and filling, and I get a little bit of sugar too from the fruit, it not only gives me energy and fuels my morning, but also I've found it helps me not have cravings throughout the day, because I used to literally fly by the edge of my seat. I would wake up in the morning, I would do my makeup driving to work when I worked at the salon. I would swing by and I would grab there's this thing called a Texas size coffee at the Coffee Bean. I would grab one of those, maybe a giant taco, and I would start my day off like that, super just nothing was planned, and I was flying by the seat of my pants. Now, the habits that I've adopted have allowed me to start my day on my terms. Basically, come in the way that you want to come out. That sounds a little weird, but you know what I'm saying. You can't control what happens for the rest of the day. You can't control, what your family does, what your boss says, what your partner does, but you can control how your morning goes and what habits that you do in the morning so that your mind is set up for success to take on anything life throws at you. So, Bing. Healthy breakfast. The last habit that I have adopted that has genuinely changed my life. I always say, if I'm on a desert island,
good poops.
Good poops. This is my good poo-poo juice. So I used to not go to the bathroom during the day. And I thought, you know what I'm talking about? And I thought that was normal. It's not normal. Especially because you going once minimum a day, twice ideal, and I would barely even go, and I didn't really know why. So I started taking my fiber, my greens, my reds, and I started to regulate how often I was going to the bathroom. I started being less bloated when I woke up in the morning. I had a lot of energy, I had a lot of focus, and with the greens and the reds, there is 50 plus fruits, veggies, grasses. There's also a probiotic blend to it and digestive enzymes, which help you digest food. Especially since I'm a bodybuilder and I'm eating every 2.5 to 3 hours, it's really important for me to have a probiotic and digestive enzyme so that I know that I'm digesting my food properly. And this is just glutamine. Glutamine helps with muscle recovery. So what I do is I just put all of this in one drink in the morning and I drink it. I feel amazing, incredible. If you're somebody that's like, I don't like the way they taste, suck it up.
What else does glutamine do?
Just suck it up. Helps with muscles and recovery. What does it do, Ian?
It helps line the digestive tract. It makes your poo-poos better.
Really? It what?
It's really good for your gut.
It helps line?
It helps coat the digestive tract, so it's good.
I didn't know that.
The whole combination is good for your gut.
Boom, boom,
It
boom.
also helps with muscle recovery.
Yes. In my mind, I'm like, that's the only thing it
That's
does,
it.
right? Well, that's really cool to know. Look, we learned something. I feel like every video we learn something new about health from Ian. Also, I changed the batteries on this thing and
Now it blasts.
literally whirr. Bonus tip, take your supplements.
Maybe not as aggressively as you do, but yes.
True. I take 10 at a time.
Yeah, someone's gonna choke to death. Okay.
Ow, that one went down hard.
Oh, you feel on your
It right here, right here. It was your fault. That never happens to me.
You take them so aggressive. You grab the pill container, you're like, bam.
I do everything very aggressively. I feel like bodybuilders, if you're watching, or just gym goers, anybody that picks up a weight, I want you to tell me in the comments below if you like grab things like it's a dumbbell. Like when I'm at the gym and I'm grabbing a dumbbell, I'm like, come here, little thing, and I do that with everything. Like even like when I'm like trying to love on Zach, it's like very like rough in the like, sometimes like if I kiss him, I'll grab his face and just, and like, I've been that way since I was little. My mom, if you're watching, she's probably laughing right now because she knows that that's true, but hold on, let me chug this. Just chug it in the morning. I have a lot of people ask me like, well, what do I do to make it taste better and blah, blah. Just drink it, okay? Be an adult, you know, just drink it. But also, something that helps is that First Form, this is all First Form, link in description, free shipping on all products. I've been with First Form for, well, I mean, so many years that I can't even remember.
Like 6.
It feels like so long, but also these containers, Amazon as well. I'm a little extra and I like to put them in containers. But what was I saying? What was the point of all of that?
The taste.
The taste. These are mixed berry flavor. Both of them have like an actual flavor that goes with it. Then also the fiber is also, they have different flavors of that too. So it helps a little bit. You know, at the end of the day, you're just gonna have to suck it up for your health. And the reason that greens, reds, you know, fiber, all of this stuff is important too, is that the majority of the population is not getting enough fruits, vegetables, and fiber in their diet anyways. This is why supplements were created, to supplement our diet and things that are lacking in it. That doesn't mean that you don't eat your veggies, that doesn't mean that you don't eat fruit, and you don't try to find foods that are high in fiber, but most of the time we are lacking these things. That's why supplements help you create whole. So I hope these habits helped you guys. Just remember that there's this simple equation that I really, really love that Zach, we teach in our Know Your Power program, and it's effort plus consistency over time equals results. And all of these little habits are things that you can consistently do each day that can ultimately end up leading you to reach your goal. They seem like kind of small. They seem like, what do you mean? Like, how can this help you achieve your goal? But when you get in the habit of doing these things and you make it a part of your lifestyle, you just wake up every morning and you're like, this is what we do. It might be a little challenging for you to start adopting some of the habits. So instead of like doing everything at one time, find one or two out of this list that you can implement right now. And then once you do that, add another one. And once you do that, add another one. And look, everyone's is going to be different. We all have different lifestyles. There are certain things that I have time for that you might not have time for, and vice versa. So yes, let's crush 2024. I love you all so much, and you're more powerful than you think. Bye.